Subscribe to my channel and hit the bell icon so you never miss any video from my channel.
Yo, on LCameraTV, make sure you like, subscribe, and share all cool things like Facebook and Reddit and Instagram and wherever else. And guys, a few things happened with the Panthers today. We had a special guest in today at the Panthers facilities, and a certain person did a mock draft that I definitely have to dissect. So that's why I'm getting in today, and let's get started. So the Carolina Panthers had Christian Kirk in for a visit today from Texas A&M, and obviously, like I said before, they're just doing their due diligence. They're vetting all the receivers, you know, that are potential picks, and they obviously, like I said, they're doing their due diligence. But the thing is, with me, is people don't talk about Christian Kirk that much anymore, man. I feel like I don't know if his draft stock has fell, but I mean, I remember in the beginning of the whole draft situation, he was considered the second best receiver in the draft. Now it looks like DJ Moore has taken that spot. More people I've been seeing have been mocking Calvin Ridley, DJ Moore than Calvin Ridley, Christian Kirk. Calvin Ridley's stock has been hurt definitely because of his combine performance. The combine performance was not up to snuff. It was not up to par. He did a pretty bad job. I mean, it wasn't Orlando Brown bad, but it was a bad job. And his draft stock took a hit. I remember he was mocked like in the top 15, and now he's falling towards the like mid to 20s, 15 to 19, 20 range. Sometimes some people even mock him all the way down to us at 23, so 24. So we'll see. Yeah, Christian Kirk's buzz has definitely died down. I've also seen some Courtland Sutton's buzz been increasing. I think DJ Chark's, obviously buzz has been pretty consistent, ever since the combine. He's been considered like one of the 5th best receivers on the board. So it's kind of surprising to me. But like I said, they're gonna do their due diligence. They're gonna vet every player. They're gonna check them out, see how they run routes, see how they catch the ball. Do they attack the ball? Do they catch the ball with their body or instead of their hands, whatever have you? So I definitely think they're doing that. I think Christian Kirk is a good receiver. I've been probably basically from the very beginning. I haven't really been a fan of Christian Kirk, not because of his skill set. I definitely think his skill set is top notch. I just would rather have I don't want another slot receiver. I want more of a outside receiver, because the thing is that I feel like Torrey Smith, we don't know how long he has, on his treads, whatever, how long he's going to be there. And I would kind of want to get out of that contract, as soon as possible. So for me, I would much rather want an outside receiver that could be dynamic for us than a slot receiver. And I think that's what Christian Kirk is. And especially since we spent a draft pick on Curtis Samuel last year, who is basically a slot receiver. So I would definitely want another receiver. But, obviously they got to do due diligence and they got to vet all the players. So we'll see what happens. But, I'm okay with them bringing Christian Kirk in for, a workout, whatever. Like, that's what you're supposed to do. So I'm perfectly fine with that. Now, the real story is Bucky Brooks did a NFL War Room segment on NFL Network where he basically talked about the Panthers and who he think they should draft. And he does it, and I'm going to be honest with you guys, man. I didn't really like it. Now, I thought it kind of made no sense to me. So his first pick for the Panthers was Hayden Hurst, the tight end. Now, mind you, I understand that Greg Olsen is getting older. He seems like he's thinking about transitioning into broadcasting and all that stuff, right? And I totally understand that, and getting the heir apparent to him is, should be a priority. Just not this priority right now, because we have so many other holes that are way more glaring. I mean, I understand the idea of keep your strengths. But if you got glaring holes, bro, you can't just pass over, like gloss over your glaring holes, and get, the best player available. Now, mind you, some people are like the best player available strategy, and some people are like, draft for need. Now, mind you, I think both of those work in place. You get the best player at the position that you need. But it depends on how much of a gap it is, how much a disparity it is. Like, if it's like, let's say this is a very weak safety draft. Like, super weak. I mean, there's basically all the safeties are bumps. I wouldn't want you to draft for need, because we could probably get that safety or one of those safeties in a later round because they're not really highly touted. You know, I would rather a best player available in that scenario, right? But in another scenario, let's say for instance, whatever, you know, like in this scenario, the safety position is not weak. You know, we got Justin Reed, you got Ronnie Harrison, Derwin James, Minka Fitzpatrick. Now, mind you, Minka Fitzpatrick and Derwin James are projected to go before that, but let's just say them, whatever. So it's not a weak safety draft. So I don't want to get a tight end who, you know, with the first pick when, you know, Greg Olsen is still a viable tight end and miss out on a safety that could be a game changer for years on end, right? Secondly, you know, I mulled it over and I was like, you know, tight end would kind of help with the tackle position because, you know, they can chip block and all that stuff, whatever, and at least give Matt Khalil some breather as far as pass rush. But I'm like, man, listen, bro, like if you're gonna do that, get a fullback or something, you know, like don't be getting a tight end when we need like receivers, safeties, corners, running backs, all this other stuff. Even a left tackle would be more of a glaring need for me because Matt Khalil has been playing so horribly. So for me, I didn't like the Hayden Hurst pick. I understand why. You know, Hayden Hurst is a good pass catcher. He's also a good blocker, you know, blocker or whatever. But we have a Greg Olsen that's, you know, in the prime of his career. I mean, well, a little bit past his prime, but you know, it's kind of hard to say that, man, because, you know, 2 years ago, he, like, had 3 years of 1,000 yards, you know. Last year, he was derailed because, obviously, the foot injury, but we'll see how he is, man. But I don't think a tight end with #1 pick would be smart. I mean, especially because there's so many tight ends in this draft, and we can, like, package a deal and maybe get, you know, get a tight end in the 4th round, you know, trade our 5th and 6th pick, or I'm really for trading our picks, whatever, like, that we have a bunch of. Like, we have 2 7th rounders. Why would we need 2 7th rounders? Like, trade the 7th rounder and the 6th rounder, or like trade the 2 7th rounders and the 6th rounder, go to the 4th round. That, you know, whatever. But don't be out here, you know, missing the 4th round and then getting 5th and 6th and 2 7th rounders. This is pointless. So if I was them, you know, if we do want to get tight end, trade the 2 6 and the 7th, no, the 2 7ths and the 6th. I'm sorry, and get a 4th rounder, and then you know, even if it's a late 4th rounder. Get a 4th rounder and get a tight end, man. But don't be wasting picks, you know, with the first pick or whatever on a tight end when we have a baller tight end, Greg Olsen. I just don't see how that works out. I don't see how it plays out. And with the second pick, he decides, let's get Malik Jefferson from Texas to fill in behind Thomas Davis. Another grooming situation, right? And I'm not for that, man. I'm totally not for that. And I'm going to tell you why. One, Thomas Davis already stated that he might play longer than his contract because of the whole PED thing. He doesn't want to leave on a bad note. So we might have him for another year or so, maybe. Two, when you, like, okay, I understand strengthening your strengths, like I said earlier. But when you have a perennial Pro Bowl, and I don't understand why everybody's mindset is that Luke Kuechly's 1 concussion away from being done with football and everything like that. I don't think it's that bad. I think that neck thing that they have is actually really helping him. He hasn't had a concussion last year, and he was, you know, getting tackles and all that stuff. And I think, you know, do I think his problem's fixed? No, of course not. But I don't think he's you know, going to get knocked out in the next few months. I don't see it either. So when you got a baller like Luke Kuechly, you know, and you got a player, you know, who's a Pro Bowler, All-Pro a bunch of times, and you got a player like Shaq Thompson, who I think could be a Pro Bowler. He just had limited snaps because obviously Thomas Davis is so great. Why are we drafting another linebacker right now? We can get that next year because they're gonna be, trust me, they're gonna be good linebackers next year too. You know, and if we want to go first pick with another linebacker next year, we can. If we want to, you know, get a free agent linebacker, we can. But don't be drafting a linebacker when we have a cornerback need that we basically neglected under Dave Gettleman. You know, we got James Bradbury and Darryl Worley, but I mean, one of them I can say definitely didn't pan out on Darryl Worley, and James Bradbury is still up in the air with him. So why not get a corner in the 2nd round, whatever, you know, instead of getting a freaking linebacker, you know what I'm saying? Like, I definitely don't agree with that. I don't see what his mindset is with that, you know, because those are holes that are just not gonna get filled, you know. Now, mind you, obviously, you know, you could probably like get a Kenny Vaccaro or get a, you know, because the safety market has been very slow. So maybe after the draft you can get some safeties, whatever. But I don't know how our cap situation looking like. I don't think we can. I mean, unless they take a really small deal, I don't really see that happening. And then I don't want to be in this situation in the next 2-3 years. You know, I would love to get a safety for the future, long term. You know, safety. We won't have to be worrying about safeties every 2-3 years, man. I'm done with this revolving door at safety. I want staples at cornerback and safety, so we don't have to worry about all this stuff the next 3-4 years. And this other stuff he chose, obviously, he did the first 3 rounds, so we had 4 picks in the first 3 rounds. He got a running back in Royce Freeman from Oregon, and he got Deshaun Hamilton from Penn State, a receiver. Now, mind you, these 2 picks I'm not mad at. I'm not mad at these picks. Would they be, my top receiver and running back? Nah, not really. But Royce Freeman looks like a good running back from Oregon. I don't understand what he's been doing. He was doing this thing where he felt like, okay, because John Stewart's from Oregon, let's get another Oregon running back. I don't know what's up with that. I don't care about that. But I think Royce Freeman wouldn't be a bad pickup. And Deshaun Hamilton, he seems pretty good, especially a late 3rd rounder. So I'm not mad at those 2 picks. My 2 issues with him was the 1st and 2nd pick. I thought that was where, not wasted picks, but I thought we should definitely draft towards lead and not just best player available, which I think he was doing. So I didn't agree with that. But like I said, the Royce Freeman pick and the Deshaun Hamilton pick, I wouldn't be mad at that. Also, I want to know, when Orlando Brown will be going, because that might be something we should look at, because his draft stock was hurt a lot. I don't know if he's going to fall that far, but, even if he does, even if he falls to late 3rd or early 4th, I wouldn't mind trading him and getting him, man, because yeah, his combine was atrocious. It was atrocious. But you got to give something to game tape, and at least with John Massico and the way he coaches people up. I mean, obviously Andrew Norwood was an undrafted free agent, and then now he's an All-Pro who got mega paid by the Jaguars. So I definitely think he'll be able to coach him up, and he has, he had a pretty good college career, so I wouldn't mind trading up to get him too. So, if that's a possibility, I would really be happy if the Panthers did that, so we can get rid of Matt Khalil. But that's just how I feel about that. Well, that's it for me, guys. Make sure you like, subscribe, and share all cool things like Facebook and Reddit and Instagram and wherever else. And guys, get in the comment section, how do you feel about Christian Kirk being, visiting the Panthers today? Do you want to draft Christian Kirk? A lot of you people didn't really want him. I mean, I can't even think of anybody in the comment section who said they wanted Christian Kirk. I've heard a lot of Anthony Miller. I've heard a lot of DJ Moore. I've heard, what I'm saying? So, I mean, I don't think a lot of you guys would really care. But, get in the comment section. Tell me how you feel about it. And tell me how you feel about Bucky Brooks' mock draft, War Room mock draft. I thought the first 2 picks were stupid. I thought the second 2 were okay, they're understandable, but the first 2 I definitely didn't agree with. Get in the comment section, let me know what you think about that, because I definitely did not agree with them. And guys, make sure you share this with your Panther family and friends and everything like that, whatever. Get the message out there. I rock with y'all, y'all rock with me, y'all already know what it is. And also check out the merchandise. I've been telling you guys about my LCameraTV shirts. Check it out, and I started a Patreon page for you guys who haven't heard. Started a Patreon page. All that stuff's gonna be in the description below. Support me, support the channel, support what I got going on, man, because I love doing these videos for you guys. I love saying my opinion, and I love for you guys to hear it. Just support me, man, and obviously, hopefully things go well. So I'm gonna see you guys next time, and keep that Panther pride up and keep pounding.